which rookie are you most excited about heading into this section of the offseason? Or just in
Danny
general?
Gray. Danny
Yeah.
Gray. I think.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I'm a natural wide receiver guy, regardless. But again, when I was talking about the draft pick, after it happened, Danny Gray profiles as the one receiver that the 49ers haven't had since Marquise Goodwin in terms of being able to take the top of a defenses. And that's why I loved your comp when you talked about seeing him, because that's the first time the 49ers have had somebody like that. They've had guys that were fast-ish, not fast in that way that can actually blow the top of a defense. So Danny Gray used situationally, I believe, one, gives them the deep threat that they haven't had for a long time, but two, signifies a little bit of the change towards Trey Lance, because yes, Danny Gray can catch passes yards after the catch, and Jimmy Garoppolo can hit him on a slant and he'll take it. But that, for me, signifies, yes, we are turning this over to Trey Lance. We are going to see a shift in personnel and things that will play to Trey Lance's strengths. So that's what has me excited for him and this next step, and to see what's going on with Trey when he starts this year.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think Danny Gray is the rookie that most fans are most excited about. And I went from being skeptical of the pick at all. Like when they made the pick and just watching him on tape, I'm like, I don't know if this guy's going to contribute his rookie year. Just one rookie minicamp practice, I'm like, looks like he could be like the number 3 receiver. Like he could split time with Juwan Jennings because clearly he's fast. Like that translates. And he made 4 catches in camp. They won down the sideline with his hands above his head. I mean, he won in all different ways. Over the middle, he's going to catch the ball with his chest. I don't know if he'll ever be like a starting wide receiver, but at the end of round 3, if you get like a quality deep threat number 3 guy, that's a good draft pick.
Yeah, and situationally, Juwan Jennings is still going to be that guy on third down, third and short, red zone, that type of guy. But if it's 3rd and 17, you're not going to line up Juwan Jennings at the 3 slot. You would have Danny Gray there to at least maybe open something for somebody on the back end, which we saw Brandon Ayuk do largely last year when he was in the doghouse early on, in terms of running clear outs and then having Debo run that drift underneath him so he can be wide open. So I think that it situationally sets up perfectly for both of them, but it does have the room for growth where if Danny Gray shocks us and becomes a every down receiver or somebody who's very impactful, and we'll see a shift of personnel to more 3 wide receivers. That's not really what Kyle likes to do, but there's still room for him to grow. But right now he definitely has a role, especially situationally on down and distance.
I'm so glad that you brought up Brandon Ayuk, because I had this thought too. I mean, I'm watching Danny Gray. He's a split end. He's already said, like, I'm here to play X. Well, that's sort of what Brandon Ayuk does too. And when they drafted Danny Gray, I'm thinking, man, they had to make this pick because they have to have a potential replacement. If Debo Samuel, that situation. Actually, it seems more like this is a replacement down the line for Brandon Ayuk if Ayuk gets too expensive and they can't afford him and Debo and yada, yada, yada. Like, hey, Brandon, you don't like running clear out routes? Danny, you're up. So, Brandon, you might want to start liking, although you can't run as fast as Danny Gray, so maybe he should just run those clear out routes. I've seen the difference.
Yeah, and maybe that's true. I can't speculate as far as that goes, but in terms of right, in terms of how he fits right now, I see the fit, and I also see the room for growth. And if he does grow a little bit, then you're talking about a round 3 guy that can step in and be an every down guy. That I think that's the goal for them, and it will just make them more versatile. So again, the 49ers have done pretty much this almost every draft, where they have guys that may compete right away, but kind of down the line they're waiting for guys to develop, right? And I think that's kind of where they see Danny Gray at.
I just liked his practice. He got 5 targets. He won in 4 different ways. The first target was a slant. He dropped it. It was good press coverage from Tariq Castro Fields. After that, he won on a quick out. He won on a fade up the sideline. He won on a deep post for a touchdown. And he won on a dig against Sam Womack. Like, okay. I mean, AJ Jenkins never had a freaking practice like that in his life. Maybe Dante Pettis did, but I didn't see it. So very encouraging for a guy you took. What was it, the 15th wide receiver drafted? I mean,
I think so.
Roughly. So that's I can see why Niner fans are so encouraged. Anytime I make videos of the rookies, people want to hear about Danny Gray.